The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it's Saturday, and you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course that old outlaw Waylon Jennings. We wrap it up into a ball with all the news of the week, the toy news of the week I should say, and we call it weekly purchases. And this week, San Diego Comic-Con Hangover is a real thing, and that's what we got here today. Some stuff we missed, some new news, some fallout, a lot of toy news this week, and a decent amount of pickups as well, and we'll get to that in the back half as we always do. But we'll start this video off with a recap of what's going on the channel. Of course, Patreon, you Patreon subscribers, thanks for everything you guys are doing. Just filmed a Patreon exclusive Q&A. We do that once a month, so a Q&A video where we ask anything, talk about anything, get advice, go over resumes, whatever it may be over there on the Patreon. So I did film that. That'll be up this weekend as well for you Patreon subscribers. It's an exclusive, as you guys know. Of course, there is still time to get in on the Patreon giveaway, the $10 and up guys. Mason Bret Hart is this month's giveaway. Gonna have a big giveaway in August. I'm not totally sure yet, but it'll be a big one. So make sure you check that one out for the future giveaway, and we'll announce that next week in weekly purchases. But thanks to everybody that follows along on the old Patreon and everybody that subscribes to the channel here. Of course, we did hit 18,000 subscribers this week on the channel, and in honor of that, of course, we had to do the Nature Boy Ric Flair Top 10. Saturday, of course, weekly purchases drop. Sunday night is Ric Flair's final match. Can't wait to watch that. I'm excited for it. I'm not expecting a great match, but it'll be nice to see Flair off in the sunset. You would think a final time, but I guess never say never with Ric Flair. He might be trying for that Lou Thesz. I think Lou Thesz wrestled into his 70s as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think, didn't he take on Chono over there in Japan? I'd have to fact check that one, or one of you guys can. But the Ric Flair Top 10, we did do that on the channel this week. One of my all-time favorites, so a very, very fun list for me to do. We'll have to start thinking about what to do for the 19,000 subscribers in the future. But some of the videos this week, of course, Ninja Turtle Mania through the mail from NECA. Usagi Yojimbo, the famed rabbit, of course. We got him this week, and we got the neutrinos, not a favorite of mine. Some quality control issues on those neutrinos if you saw the video, and I've heard from a lot of people with the same problem. So your mileage may vary on that one. And then, of course, via Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle, save 10%, as I always say. I did get AEW Unrivaled Series 10. We unboxed all those guys this week. Still have to put up the final rankings video. That'll be up sometime soon. Man, the backlog of videos, guys. That's where if you're a Patreon subscriber, there's about 30 to 40 videos on Patreon all the time that are not on traditional YouTube. And that just grows every single day. There's only so many videos you can get to on traditional YouTube. I don't think you guys want me posting a new video every hour, but there's a lot going on over at the Patreon. And all those Unrivaled videos went all up, I think, Sunday night or something like that, and then we worked through them all week on traditional YouTube. So we did do those. And also via Ringside Collectibles, Jeff Hardy, Roman Reigns, the new Ultimate Editions, did unbox those as well. We did the Flair Top 10, as I talked about. We also did our Jakks Classic Superstars Tuesday. And as I film right now, you got the first 6 videos. Series 1 through 6 are all up. YouTube has like the first series, I think just series 1 right now. But series 6, we're already up there on the Patreon. So if you like Jakks Classic Superstars, you can get way ahead on those. I'm going to get way ahead on those videos. So we're going to be months ahead on the Patreon for those. So if you're into unboxing Jakks Classic Superstars, Tuesdays is your time to shine, or early on Patreon, like I said. We also unboxed Hollywood Hogan, NWO, the NWO exclusive from Ringside Collectibles. A very, very cool one. One I wasn't super jazzed about, but a heck of a presentation and a very good figure. Could have had a little more of a hot dog tan, but who's to say at this point. But check that one out. We'll talk about him a little bit more in the future as well. We did a Princess Leia and Mandalorian droid unboxing. Not a lot of Star Wars on the channel lately. I actually got a lot on Patreon. We'll get to those eventually. Like I said, if you like Star Wars, check that out too. But we did do the Leia and droid unboxing here on the channel. Another wrestling one, Target exclusive, Legends Kane. We unboxed that from Series 15. Still just waiting for that Chase Lex Luger. I got to get Chase Lex Luger, then I'll review the entire wave like we always do. So hopefully I get that Luger sooner than later. We also unboxed the finals of the Marvel Legend Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure Wave with Vulcan and Havoc, and then we did the Bonebreaker plus the set rankings this week on the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Sad story on the Bonebreaker. Of course, I told the story of an interesting Christmas present and kind of the sad fallout of that. So check out that Bonebreaker video if you missed that. So that's a recap of the week that was here on the channel. A lot going on. Like I said, San Diego Comic-Con last week. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I did 3 videos on San Diego Comic-Con last week. This one, you can almost count this as part 4, as a little bit of fallout from that and some new news that came. Whoa, stop the clock. It's Future Kyle breaking in once again, breaking in early this time, as I almost forgot to mention a little giveaway that's going on. And it is from the MLC Facebook group. Of course, search in Facebook, MLC. Make sure you like that group. Make sure you're a member of that group. And then in this very video, well, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I got a cheap plug there. But in the comments of this very video here, mention the MLC Facebook group in the comments. Just got to mention MLC, and you got to be a subscriber to my channel. You got to follow their Facebook group, and then comment MLC in the comments of this very video. There is a Nerdzoic $60 gift card that is going to be given away. It's a correlation with the MLC Facebook group. As I said, they will be drawing the winner and letting the winner know. And it's going to go on for 6 weeks. So every week for the next 6 weeks, you got a chance to win. So make sure you comment down below in this very weekly purchases video to be entered into the giveaway. So make sure you do that. Everybody likes free stuff, especially a free $60. So go for it. Do that. And then, since it is Future Kyle got some late deliveries late Friday. What did I get via Target? Oh, hallelujah. I got the Chase Lex Luger. I was sweating it a little bit. Luckily, I got the Chase through the door, so I was very happy to get that done. I will be unboxing this, and then, of course, ranking Series 15 from my least favorite to my favorite, as we always do, so look out for that video sometime in the mix of videos we got. And then I got one more, like a lot of people got on this Friday, I'm sure, via Amazon.com. We got the Young Bucks 2-pack exclusive. Very, very cool. Much better than the previous 2-packs for sure. I'm all in on this one. And the fun part was, it just went up for pre-order and it was here just like that. And that needs to happen more often. I'm all in for more stuff like that. So 2 late deliveries, a ton of stuff in the back half of weekly purchases. So be ready for that. Pack a lunch, grab a drink. You know how it goes. So now back to past Kyle. Let's dive in. Let's get this news over with here. Let's go through it. Mattel did come, and we did know this was coming. They announced this San Diego Comic-Con, but we did see in-package shots of the brand new Amazon exclusive 3-pack of Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, and Roman Reigns. These are Elite style figures. The Romans, not very exciting. We've gotten so many Romans. Paul Heyman, I already have a similar one, but a lot of people do not have that, so that's great to get another Paul Heyman. The new head sculpt on Heyman looks really good as well. And then the Brock Lesnar, to me, that's the star of this one. I want Brock in the flannel and the long hair, so this one looks really good to me. I'll be a day 1 purchaser of that, so I can't wait to see him come through the door. So more to come on that 3-pack, but supposedly August pre-order. San Diego Comic-Con, I believe on Sunday, they put these out in the case from Mattel. They showed Elite 98, Big E, and Randy Orton. So we got a little more look at what's to come with some of the Elite lines, and we got more Elite talk the back half of weekly purchases as well. We also saw the retro case. They talked about the next setup, and apparently we're going to be able to pre-order the Jimmy Hart Foundation pack very, very soon. Nikolai Volkov as well. Those will be going up on Mattel Creations in the next couple of weeks, but it sounds like the next pack is going to be the Lost Legends, of course, Tugboat, Lex Luger, but also Doink the Clown will be a part of that. We did see that Doink the Clown. And then the other one, too, we did see was Jerry the King Lawler. No note where he's going, but a retro Jerry the King Lawler, I'm here for that all day long. That looks really good as well. It looks like some new molding with that one as well. So we got some retro announcements coming. Other news we had this week, and we're all over the place, a lot of little follow-ups here and there, but Thundercats LJN Series 6 went up for pre-order on all the usual sites. Of course, I always say Entertainment Earth is a good one. Link in the description below. You can also get it at the Big Bad Toy Store, Super 7, all those kind of different places. But this is throwback LJN style from the childhood days, of course. So kind of a steer in a different direction for this line. I have unboxed all of Super 7 Series 5. You can find those all on the Patreon if you're looking at that. But a very, very interesting look. I'll be picking these up as it does scream to my childhood, and I didn't get to collect the Thundercats like I would have liked to. So this I can kind of relive those memories now, I guess, in my old age. Who knows? But you can get those. Pre-order up for a full month. And then Super 7 came out there, and they dangled that carrot. And I hope it comes true. Maybe by the time this video launches, maybe it'll be true. But they showed a picture of Lemmy and said coming soon. Are we finally getting the Ultimate Edition Lemmy? We need it. We need it. That's probably my most wanted figure right now. Give it to me in Super 7 form. Super 7, send me an early copy to review. Come on. Nobody champions that figure more than me. There is nobody. There's no bigger Motorhead fan in the action figure community than me. I've been on the cruises. I've seen them 20 plus times. Followed around the country. Met the guys. Have every album. You name it. I'm all in on Motorhead. Give me anything Motorhead. I'm picking it up. But a Super 7 Ultimate Lemmy, man, all day long, I'm taking that one to the bank. I'll probably buy 5 of them. That's true, I will. But I'm very excited for that. Of course, Motorhead Camp, they did announce this week in September. We're getting the 40th anniversary of the Iron Fist album. So if you guys are into that, we'll get an extra disc with extra exclusives and live shows, things like that. So maybe things are getting a little brighter in the Motorhead Camp. We got some new material coming out, new figures. I just hope they announce it. Hopefully it's good, and I just gonna hate that 12 to 14 month pre-order window, but needs to be done. Everybody needs a little Lemmy in their collection, especially me. Give me the Lemmy. Another one we saw from NECA, I guess we'll keep it music related right here for a little bit. Bon Scott, Angus Young, those did go up for pre-order. Once again, Entertainment Earth, link in the description below. You can pick those up. Very interesting. If you're an AC/DC fan, these are a must-have. I'm a little on the fence. I respect AC/DC. I've heard all their albums, all of it. I just wouldn't say they're a top 10 band for me, but I may pick these up. I do have some of the Megadeth ones, the Iron Maiden ones, of course, some of the other ones, so I might put them with those. We'll see what happens. We got to play a little of that long game sometimes. But if you're an AC/DC fan, that's a day one pickup for you, I'd have to imagine. Turning transition to another line, one of my favorite lines, and it's right up there with the wrestling figures. You guys know me. I love my G.I. Joes. Super 7 Ultimates. When will I get those? Hopefully sooner than later. But G.I. Joe, we also got some announcements over the weekend. It was funny in those reveal videos I did on San Diego Comic-Con. I said, Hasbro laying in the weeds a little bit, it seems. They're waiting for their PulseCon. Well, Saturday, Sunday, they came out swinging with some stuff, and they brought us Serpentor and his chariot. Now, longtime viewers of this channel knew I saw some things on the figure black market. I showed a little picture. We knew Serpentor was coming. However, I didn't think it was going to look this good. I'm all in on Serpentor, one of my favorite G.I. Joes of all time. I know some of the older people, older than me, they did not like Serpentor. That was the changing of the guard, a little too sci-fi-ish for them. I understand that, but for me, that was my prime G.I. Joe time with Serpentor. A lot of good memories with the toy as a kid. Can't wait to get this one and unbox it here on the channel and put it on display. So that's coming later this year. I think it's going to be up for sale at Hasbro PulseCon in September, October. Stay tuned for that. We also did get an announcement, and we saw the retro Crimson Guard, basically a little lighter red color than the classified version. So you got to decide, which one do you like better? Which one are you in on? Do you like the darker or the lighter? I mean, it's a personal choice. Or like I say, why not both? Let's get both of them, and that's what we'll do. So we got the Crimson Guard coming to Walmart, and then they gave us a little peek under the tent, showed us some of the grayscale stuff. We knew these were coming, but they showed us very, very infancy drawings of these characters. But we got Shipwreck, we've got Rock and Roll, we've got Torpedo, and we've got Copperhead. So 4 heavy hitters in the Joe line from back in the day, getting their classified call-up. I'm ready for that all day long. Give them all to me. Give them all to me. That's what I need. I need all the Joes and then some more after that. So G.I. Joe, very, very bright future here. And then we talked Marvel Legends. We saw some Marvel Legends stuff, and I thought they were really laying in the weeds, but man, they came out with a lot more stuff than I anticipated. We did end up seeing Marvel Legends Wakanda Forever. We did see the preview of the movie, of course, the Black Panther sequel. That's going to be an interesting wave. I'm not sure what to think about it. Now, it is plastic-free packaging, so that is definitely something different. But we do get some of the stuff that we've really seen before, like Everett Ross. It's probably updated, it's probably improved, but I already have that figure, so that's one I think I might skip. Or I might buy it, use the body, take the head off, and use it for somebody else. I might do that. Okoye, we did see her before. We've had Marvel's Nakia. I don't know Nakia. She must be new in this video, or I just don't know my Black Panther, possibly. But we have her in here. We are getting Namor, an interesting depiction of Namor. Definitely looks different than what we think of in our head. They're changing a lot of things. I guess he's not going to be Atlantis-based, so that is different. They're changing the story of Namor a little bit for the movie. But we do have Namor, his first MCU character figure. We're also getting some comic stuff, and I don't even know this, but it's like basically the white Black Panther. Is it a bad guy? Is it a good guy? I don't know anything of this character. Hatut Zaraz, I believe is how you pronounce that. I could be wrong. And then we're getting also just a traditional Black Panther, which is good because I've needed this one for a long time, as there was a similar one as a Walmart exclusive that I passed on, and I kept saying, I'll wait for clearance. And then I kind of forgot about it. Never ended up picking it up. Now it's a little pricey. This will be a good one. It is on that Vulcan body as well, which I do like. And then the Build-A-Figure of the line is Atuma. Doesn't look like a Tuma that I got back in the day in my Toy Biz days. I think it was the Fantastic Four wave he came in. I don't know. Is it going to be a really big figure? To me, he looks like a regular size figure. Hopefully he's a little bit bigger, but he is going to be Namor's big enemy of stuff. So we got a Tuma coming from that line. We also saw a few other things. We got a retro Beast coming. A lot of people, want that blue Beast from years ago. This is getting that back out there. New head sculpt, a few extra bells and whistles, and then of course on a retro card. So that's a winner figure for me. We got She-Hulk Marvel Legends. Of course, her TV show is coming to Disney Plus here in, I believe, August. So you knew that figure was coming eventually. Retro Scorpion, that's one you retro Spider-Man fans love. I love what they do with this retro line too. The X-Men and the Spider-Man, they just kind of slowly pump them out. A figure here every once in a while. Nice for our wallets. Instead of getting 6 of them all at once, you get just ones dangled out and set out every once in a while. So we got Scorpion coming. Definitely have to pick that one up for sure. We also saw the What If wave, which I thought was interesting. Some interesting stuff in that What If wave. We got the Old Man Loki, kind of the classic Loki that we saw in the Loki series. We also got Howard the Duck in there. That's a deep, deep cut with the Ant-Man head. It'll be interesting if he'll probably come with the biggest Build-A-Figure part, I would have to imagine. And then we got He Who Remains. A lot of people think it's going to be Kang the Conqueror, once again from the Loki series. So we got some What If characters coming with What If, another wave of those. We also saw Sentry as a Walgreens exclusive. Who knows on those things? Those Walgreens exclusives are up and down all the time. I do love the skull head on the Sentry figure, though, so I'll definitely pick that one up. We also saw the Tesseract and Loki pack. That's like a $60 pack. I don't know. Might play the long game on that one. Got to get a deal somewhere along the line, of course. We saw more symbiotes. I'm all in on the symbiotes. You guys know I love it. I have a symbiote shelf. We're getting Riot and Ankeny. I believe that completes the symbiotes. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody correct me there. But I'll definitely pick those guys up for sure. And then we saw 2 deep cut Marvel Legends characters that I don't remember at all. Maybe they were in some comics I read back in the day, but boy, it doesn't ring a bell to me. The Human Fly and Razorback, but you guys know I love a hairy bipedal creature, so Razorback's a day one pickup for me. I'll pick up both these guys. They're going to be deep cuts. I don't know how well they're going to do at retail. They might be like my boy Frogman, which was a fabulous figure, one of the greatest figures Marvel Legends ever put out, but also a peg warmer. I don't know if these guys will be that way too, but I love that they're giving us some of these deep cuts. I'd rather have these than another Iron Man or Captain America for sure, so that is very cool. I like the looks of those. We did see the Heralds 2-pack, the Heralds of Galactus 2-pack. We talked a little bit about that, the followed one in Terrax, and then we got Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends 3-pack. That I passed on. There's just not enough meat on the bone for that price for me. If it does go to discount, if they do have that big Hasbro Pulse sale one day, maybe I'll jump in and pick that one up. But I already have that Firestarter. That Iceman's not different enough, and I got too many Spider-Men. I'm going to pass. Going to pass for now unless it goes to deep clearance, which it very well could, because I think we're going to have a huge fallout around Christmas time, and especially after Christmas time, because we've said it on the channel. We've put our business hat on. We've talked toys for many years here on the channel, and we've gave the business tips, and so far everything has come to fruition. Like I said, inflation, plastic-free packaging, all this stuff. We talked about this long before anybody else was really discussing this stuff, and I do think we're going to see clearance like we've never seen clearance before. When the COVID started, we didn't see any clearance because everything was picked up. People jumped into collecting. They had money from the government, things like that. They started collecting. They said, I'm stuck at home. What did I used to do? I collected. Now the world is has changed in another direction. Money is very tight for people. Pricing is crazy. Things are more expensive, including our toys. People are jumping out of collecting left and right, or they're picking and choosing. Well, guess what? Unfortunately, toys is not like grocery store products, where it's pretty much direct to consumer pretty fast, within a week, a month, couple months at best. Well, unfortunately, with toys, it takes them 6 months to a year to get these things produced, made, shipped over, all that kind of stuff. Well, these toy companies, these Targets and Walmarts of the world, the buyers and all that between the companies, guess what? They sat down, we've got record sales, things are going, and that Target buyer says, man, sign me up, get me 15 more cases for every single store than we had before, or whatever it is. You're going to see an influx of product like we've never seen, with nobody picking it up. That's where you got to get a deal. That's where we're going to see clearance. That's where we're going to see backlog. We're going to see the after Christmas clearance. I think is going to be something like we've never seen before. It's still early. Things could change, of course, but with the inflation and everything else, we're hitting a storm. Like we saw the storm at the beginning of COVID in a different direction, we're seeing it now on kind of the other end of the spectrum. So interesting times at retail, not just toys, but across the board. So stay tuned for more of that. And if there's some stuff you can live without, you might be better off waiting and getting a deal down the line. So pro tip of the day right there. Let's see, is that it for Marvel Legends? I think that's everything I have. A lot going on there. And then the final piece of the puzzle will end with Masters of the Universe. And Masters came in, and they did some nice graphics as a follow-up to San Diego Comic-Con, so I'm just going to use those from their team. But they showed some of the stuff we saw over the weekend at San Diego Comic-Con. But we saw upcoming Masterverse figures for spring 2023, which usually means beginning of 2023. Stratos and Roboto, the two winners there for me, look really good. We'll be picking those up. A lot of people are negative on this one. Grizzlor as a Mattel Creations exclusive, especially after the heartbreak and disappointment of Wondar. Hopefully we don't see this for Grizzlor. Get your friends ready. Get your team ready. We all got to find a Grizzlor somehow. There's only so many to go around. People wanted this as a regular release because we did get the PowerCon exclusive of him a while back. So we'll see how this one goes. That could be trying times. We also talked about Camo Khan last week. We got him coming to the Creations fall 2022. And then the rise of the Snake Men in 2023. It sounds like it's going to be, everything's going to be coming up snakes in 2023. Be it G.I. Joe or the Snake Man in the Masters Universe. Sounds like we're going to get Snake Man inspired packaging. We're going to get a lot of the Snake Man. We're going to be able to build out a universe. And we're getting Snake Armor, He-Man, Ratlore, Cobra Khan, and Boltman as a wave there. Boltman from the Sunman universe. Not familiar with him, but I will pick him up. I will. So we got that coming. And then the big one, as we talked about, Eternia, the Ultimate Battleground. Huge, huge play set. I already got some ideas what I'm going to do when this comes. This is going to be like one of those Kickstarter crowdfunding things in the fall of 2022. It'll be interesting when this comes out, or when it does go up for pre-order. Will the next Mattel Wrestling one be at the same time? That's the thing. With all these big ones like this, you got to spread them out. And I pray that Mattel does not put the wrestling one and this around the same time, because you're going to split your consumer base. Somebody's going to lose out. Some people will get both for sure. Some people will pass on both, but some people are going to be forced to choose. And the Masters team won't like it if people go WWE. WWE team won't like it if people go Masters. So I hope they can spread those out a little bit. But we do know when that does come out, it's going to be basically a year wait. So we got time to find room, time to build our arena. But it does make me a little concerned, because I think it's going to be $500-600. Hopefully it comes in cheaper than that. It'll be interesting too, as it funds, what add-ons will we get, extra figures, things like that. It's going to be pricey. We know that at the end of the day. So stay tuned. More on that to come, I think, in the next month or so. But a lot going on the old San Diego Comic-Con fallout, and there's a lot of news going on. So get your wallets ready. They're all crying already. We know everybody's just absolutely broke now. We're going down to the food pantry to get food to pay for groceries this week, I think, after last week's San Diego Comic-Con. But album of the week now we got to go jump into the album of the week. And album of the week for me this week, Judas Priest, Angel of Retribution, the 2005 reunion album, Halford back in the fold. I can't believe that was 17 years ago, but I remember it being such a magical time for a Judas Priest fan like me. I got into Priest around Painkiller. That was the first Priest album I ever heard, and whenever somebody says, Kyle, give me one album that defines heavy metal to you, it is Judas Priest Painkiller. So I was very excited. I love Halford's solo stuff. It was amazing, except for that 2 album. I'd like to forget that one. But I loved Halford's solo years with Roy Z, things like that. But when he formed back up with Glenn, KK, Ian, and Scott Travis, and formed Priest again and came out with Angel of Retribution, game changer. Now, not everybody loves this album, and I think a lot of people have forgotten about this album, but so many awesome songs that I just absolutely loved listening to. I had traveled so many miles for my job at the time on the highways and byways, listening to this album on repeat. Just fabulous memories from this time. And around 2004, I did see the Ozfest Halford Judas Priest reunion. It featured the Black Sabbath reunion, had Zakk Wylde on there, Slipknot, Slayer was there. It was one of the greatest, probably the greatest show I ever saw, with all of my favorite bands there on Ozfest. Just a magical, magical time. And that's why Angel of Retribution was my summertime album of the week. So without further ado, let's get down to it. Let's get to a hefty weekly purchases. All right, let's kick off weekly purchases, as we're going to have a couple of rounds of weekly purchases today. But one last piece of news I forgot, or I didn't really forget, it came in right as I was filming weekly purchases here. But KnuckleBonz. KnuckleBonz heavy metal statues, we've talked about them on the channel before. I've showed my Motorhead ones, my Judas Priest, Slayer, Dio, Megadeth, Ghost, King Diamond. I have a bunch of these. And of course, the Tony Iommi was the last one I bought on their super clearance sale. We'll unbox it on the channel one of these days. That'll be one of those ones that sits on Patreon for a long time before traditional YouTube. But they did announce Cliff Burton. Cliff Burton clad in his Misfits shirt. Beautiful, beautiful design statue here. So you longtime metalheads, I know there's a lot of metalheads like me that watch this show, Cliff Burton Knucklehead statue. They did release the rest of Metallica earlier with Robert on bass, of course. I wonder if we'll get a Jason Newsted to kind of complete the whole family out. I don't know. I'm not picking all these up. Unfortunately, I don't have room for the whole Metallica crew, as I'm pretty much concentrated on the Motorhead figures. But you never know. You never know. Things might change. Cliff Burton is pretty prominent bassist, as we all know, and one of the guys who created the blueprint for a lot of the stuff we love just today. So there it is. So I want to make mention of that. Now let's jump into the weekly purchases. Like I said, a lot of stuff through the door this week. And let's kick it off with a little Super 7 action first. Super 7 Lion-O, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. These did go up for pre-order on Super 7's website. Now they are up for pre-order on other retailers as well. Use the link in the description below if you want this one. Very, very cool. Can't wait to dive into that one. And then we also got Super 7 Series 5, Vulture Man, right there. Old Bengali, of course. And then we got Lion-O, the Mirror Edition, the Evil Lion-O, of course, and then Captain Hammer Hand. So I already unboxed all these guys. They have been up on Patreon for a while. We'll get to these on the traditional YouTube, so stay tight for that. But very, very cool to get these guys this week, and very cool to get the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I also ordered the Bat. Not sure exactly where that's at yet. Hopefully I get that for next week's weekly purchases. Stay tuned for that. All right, via Ringside Collectibles, and as I always say, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Tag me always in social media if you use the code and what you pick up. Love to see what you guys are grabbing out there with the code at Ringside Collectibles. And like I said, discount code Kyle saves 10%. And what did I get this week? Well, Series 95, Elite 95. We're getting dangerously close to 100. We've got John Cena. We've got Eddie Guerrero. We've got Jimmy Uso. We've got possibly the jewel in the line, first time in the line, one I've been screaming for, Shotzi Blackheart, or just Shotzi, I guess now, just Shotzi. We also got Big E right there in Elite 95, looking good. And then we get Bobby Lashley, who Bobby Lashley's had a lot of figures over the last few years or so, but Bobby Lashley in Elite 95. So Elite 95 is here. Expect review unboxings ASAP, because I know you guys love seeing what's going on with these Elite figures, so we'll get down to these pretty quickly. Probably have to start with Shotzi. We'll see where it goes, but Elite 95 through the door via Ringside, but that wasn't it. We had more from Ringside, and we unboxed this on the channel this week. I did accidentally order 3. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know how that exactly happened, but good news for Patreon supporters. That's the word of the day. We'll probably give one of these away in the August Patreon with a couple other figures. So if you want to get a chance at getting this Hulk Hogan, we're going to give it away over there on the Patreon. And I got one for mint on card. And this is a cool enough package. I probably will leave one of these on card. So we'll give one away. I'll keep one on card. That's the way it's going to go with this Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And you can get this right now over there at Ringside Collectibles. Like I said, use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Yes, it's true. We keep on going with some wrestling figures. Ultimate Edition Alexa Bliss. I already have 3 of these, but why not get 4? You know, the 4 Horsemen, might as well. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense, but it sounded good at the time. But Alexa Bliss, I decided to get this one because that old KG Outlaw, Waylon Jennings, hit me up and said, hey, this is $8 on clearance at my Target. You want me to pick you up one? And I said, you know what? I'll always pick up an $8 Ultimate Edition. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this one, and I'm going to have all 3 of her looks going on there. So I'm going to have all 3 looks of Alexa Bliss in the Ultimate Edition line displayed on my shelf. Might as well. $8, you can't go wrong at that price for sure. And then the final one of round 1 of weekly purchases, AEW Shop exclusive, Jon Moxley. There he is. I got all 3 of these so far, so I'm continuing on the trend here. Not as much excitement with this one as the first 2. Has the luster worn off? Has the price increase made people dive out of this line for the AEW Shop ones? It'd be really interesting once we figure out what the 4th version is and where it goes from there and all that kind of stuff, because this one, it took a while to sell out, where the other ones were pretty much sold out within an hour or sooner. This one took a couple hours. So did get it through the door via Pro Wrestling Tees, though, this week. So there's round 1 of weekly purchases. Let me move some stuff around, and we'll dive into round number 2. We continue on with round 2 of weekly purchases, and a lot more stuff came in at the very down to the wire here. Right before I started filming, the mailman came with a lot of different stuff. What did I get? Well, via Zavi. Of course, Zavi, a good sponsor of the channel as well. Use discount code Kyle Peterson to save everything, 10% off everything that is currently in stock. That's Zavi, of course. We've talked about him before. But I got Black Kristan. Of course, you guys know I love a Wookiee, especially a Wookiee that is mean and big and burly. But this is almost like the Wish version of the Wookiee, unfortunately, of Black Kristan. It's not quite what we're hoping, but it sounds like he's a pipeline to get a deluxe figure in 2023. So fingers crossed that turns out good. But we'll settle with this for now. We'll unbox this on the channel. Of course, use discount code Kyle Peterson to save 10% over there at Zavi. And then I also grabbed another version of Quake. Of course, had to get this one because it is a 2-in-1 figure. We unboxed it on the channel. Check out the review of this one. These are all over the United Kingdom and stuff like that, where Zavi's based out of. But America, we haven't seen these in the store pegs or anything. A very, very strange wave in the Marvel Legends universe. But I got my second version of Quake right there. Then a little heartbreak disappointment through the mailbox here on this Friday afternoon as I'm filming this. Via Walmart, finally got the first of the Retro Joes, the 6-inch Retro Joes in the mail. I did get Destro. Now Saturday, tomorrow, because I filmed this on Friday, remember, I'm supposed to get the rest of the wave. We'll see what happens, but unfortunately myself, like a lot of people, got these in bubble mailers. And that just absolutely sucks because the carding is thin, makes these damage. A lot of people want to keep these on card. You guys know me, I want a carded set and a loose set. So this is the first one I got. I can always open this. I just hope the other ones come in better shape. I'm not going to hold my breath though. And you know, a lot of people say, oh, Walmart, what are they doing? What are they doing? Well, you got to take that business step back. I always say it. People blame the Walmarts and the Targets of the world. Well, without Hasbro, Mattel, whoever, sending a note to Walmart saying, hey, here's the deal, ship this way, well, and with that comes extra charge, or if Hasbro, in this case, Hasbro, why doesn't Hasbro send this to Walmart in a protective case to send to the customers if it's knowing as a collector? Well, you take that big step back. Walmart people in their big distribution center, they say, oh, got an order for these towels, got an order for these Frito chips, and now got an order for this Destro. It's all the same to them. Without Mattel, Hasbro, you name it, telling Walmart, telling Target, this is a collectible, this is how we want them shipped, or shipping these in a protective box ahead of time, you're not going to get anywhere. And you complain to Walmart and Target all day long, it's not their fault at the end of the day. And guess what? The majority of these kind of things are bought for kids, made for kids. You got to remember that. We always got to take that step back. Just remember that, as I always say. So there's Destro through the door. Can't wait to unbox those, especially that Gung Ho. That should be a really, really good one. So we got those this week. We continue on with a little pro wrestling tees. I forgot all about these, and then bam, they started showing up. I think there's 2 more, but I did order the Ric Flair set, and very, very fitting for Ric Flair's last match to kind of time it with this. We got Ric Flair in the traditional red, got Ric Flair in the suit, and then we got Ric Flair in his retirement robe. So we got a couple more to come. Can't wait to get that bloody one. But Ric Flair micro brawlers. I'm not a big micro brawler guy, but I dabble. I dabble enough to be dangerous with a few of them, as you've seen here on the channel. All right, next up, how about a little Lucy? Remember back in the day when we had tons of Jack's Lucy's every week? Oh, those are glorious times in weekly purchase history. But we got a little of that back today, as I did get Baby Earl Hebner, Legends of the Ring TNA Impact set. As you guys know, I have a mint on card set of these, but I need a loose set. And I was missing Earl Hebner. The only one I think I'm missing now is the Hulk Hogan, the Japan throwback in robe. I'm looking for a minty loose one or a beater box one that I can unbox. We'll see what happens with that. But I did get Earl Hebner this week, so working slowly to complete that line. You got to play the long game, got to get a deal, as a wise man once said. Might have been me. Who knows? We keep on continuing with that old outlaw Waylon Jennings. He comes through again in a pinch. He's out in a country store. He came across them and found something special for me. What is it? It is the Superman and Batman McFarlane Toys, Walmart exclusive as of now. Superman, Batman, Kenner Superpowers throwback figures. A lot of nostalgia with these guys. A lot of nostalgia. Some of the funnest playing days of my life were with the Hall of Justice and the Super Friends. Absolutely love these. Had to get these. I'm going to open these up. The Superman, unfortunately, is a little bit damaged. But I would not fault anybody for having a mint-on-card set of these. And it'll be interesting how deep this line goes. I really do think of this line as the Walmart equivalent of the Batman 66 at Target line. Just kind of a different age bracket for these. But very, very cool. Got to find Darkseid. I'm still on the fence on the vehicles. I might play the long game on those. But very, very cool looking figures. We'll see how they hold up to a review. We'll review these two together. So stay tuned for that coming in the next week or so, at least to Patreon, that is. So we got that thanks to old outlaw Waylon Jennings. And then clearance was the name of the game at Target. Like I said earlier, Walmart, Targets, a lot of clearance going on right now before the next reset that is coming here very shortly in the next couple of weeks. So if you're looking for some deals, now's the time to look. Make sure you walk the store. Clearance is sometime on end caps, sometimes in different aisles, sometimes in sporting goods. You got to walk around and find it. You got to hunt. It's a hunt. But I got some clearance stuff this week, and I never was planning on buying these. It's the Skeletor and He-Man from the new Adventures of He-Man, the new Netflix show. Very, very kiddie. I watched the first 2 episodes. I couldn't hang with it. If I had a son or somebody was interested, I'd probably watch them all. For just me by myself, there's other things I'd rather watch, I guess. So it didn't really hold a candle to me. But for $2.99 each, I said, you know what? Just having He-Man, just having Skeletor as representation of this line for $7 or whatever it ends up being total, that's not a bad deal. So I got Skeletor and He-Man this week. We're going to have more of this. Of course, they're going to be in the Revelation line here very, very soon. So I guess more to come on these guys. But I did pick those up, $2.99 each. Got to get a deal. And the final thing I got for $7.49 each, these are great for my office at work. These are perfect office displays that I'm going to open. It's the Skeletor Throne, He-Man, and Battle Cat, $7.49. Got to get a deal all day. And like I said, I'll put these in my office at work, where I'll probably end up with these guys. But very, very cool and very, very cheap compared to the $25 or whatever they were when they first came out. It seems like a lot of Targets have these. So if you want some of these, now's your time to shine. So a lot of pickups this week, but what did you guys pick up there in YouTube land? You get anything good, anything hot off the truck, anything at the stores? Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what you're looking forward to in some of the new toy reveals we talked about at the top of the show. And of course, as always, like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. We got multiple videos every single day and even more over there on Patreon. There's something for everybody here on the channel, and I'd love to have you guys along for the ride. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. You can also follow along on social media, SirPaul64, on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and of course the Patreon, where you can get a ton of early access, bonus content, monthly Q&As, giveaways, a lot of stuff going on the Patreon, as I always say, and it's always fun to have people over there to commune with as well. So check out the Patreon, link in the description below. So you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into the weekend, and I'll see you guys all real soon.